Astrocycle here. It's a Sunday, so on a Sunday it's time to play. Well, at least go for a ride that's not commuting. Well, it's a nice house. So what we've done is we've just left Queanbeyan, which is just next to Canberra, and we're heading out to Braidwood. I'm going to go to Braidwood and come back, and the person travelling with me is going to keep going on down to Bateman Spade, which is a ride I'd like to do as well, and take you guys on. Done it quite a few times. It's a wicked ride, going down the Clyde, tight twisties, good stuff. This is quite cool through this little hilly area coming out of Queanbeyan, and certainly a nice way to spend a Sunday. The weather's perfect. We've got 22 degrees maximum today, I think, so that's just absolutely magic to wear all your gear and feel comfortable, which I like. So what I'll do is I'll go through and edit this later, and I'll cut out the boring long bits, and just try and show you some of the cool roads. There's some really beautiful open plain hilly turns between Bungendore and Braidwood. There's some not much tight stuff, obviously, because it's actually the King's Highway, so it's, you know, I guess made as straight as they could possibly make it, probably back in the 1960s or 50s, and then they put tar on it, and they've upgraded some sections. For example, this one I'm on now, and they've made it a lot more pleasant for cars to commute from Bungendore to Canberra, and for people to come out and work around this area. So what you end up with is a good road at this end, and a pretty crappy road up around Braidwood for overtaking and for traffic. So during coastal visit time, probably in a couple of weeks, it'll get busy again, but over Christmas time it was ridiculous. You know, it's like a car park. And of course, when you've got that sort of traffic situation, you've always got some idiot who decides that he'll overtake everyone, and there's quite a few deaths because of that. And unfortunately, no one wants to upgrade the road properly, because the majority of traffic is Canberra people, particularly during the holiday period. Not so much for the normal part of the year, but there's a lot of people that travel to the coast from Canberra on the weekends, and particularly for holidays, when it's warmer, and so they use the road the most. So of course the ACT government's not going to pay for the upgrade because it's in New South Wales, and as far as New South Wales regional roads go, it's probably not a bad one in their books, but I would consider the number of deaths to probably warrant a bit of a dual lane upgrade, at least for the majority of the road. There's the overtaking sections, but of course what you get in the overtaking sections, as is typical with traffic here in Australia, I'm not quite sure what it's like everywhere else, but what you end up doing is, just like this sign here, we'll just start from this, keep left and less overtaking. So now here's an overtaking lane. So what happens is people going slow will generally put the foot to the floor along here, even though they've been holding up 20 cars, and so no one can overtake them, and then they come out the other end of the overtaking lane and they go back to doing 80 or whatever they were doing beforehand that was holding up the traffic. Not a fan of that, and that is the beauty of two wheels, is that you can often get past people doing that because you've got the torque and the capability. Try doing it in a four-wheel drive, towing a camper trailer, it's a different story. The majority of riders are coming out today, of course, and it's because a lot of people don't get the time during the week, or don't have a commute that could justify a motorbike. But I reckon every commute justifies a motorbike. Free parking, cheap, get through the traffic, yum yum. Alright, so because this is a road to the south coast, This is a fairly common occurrence. The caravan, or the camper van, or the truck, or the boat. All of these things make this road what it is, and this is what I think justifies the dual lane or dual carriageway creation on this road. You know, when I'm on a highway and there's a carcass on the road like that, what I don't know is there a carcass in front of that caravan? So I try and stick out the side where I can see and still be safe, and look ahead as much as I can so that I know there's no huge carcasses on the road, because if you hit one of those, it's not pleasant, trust me. Last time I went through the neck of a carcass, it was a kangaroo. I was so lucky, because if I'd been 12 inches to the left, I would have jumped in the air, and it's not fun. Because you're sitting on a seat and you're not expecting it. It just catapults you up in the air and you come back down. It's like hitting a rock, especially on a lighter bike. Can't see shit past this guy. This has got to be the world's biggest caravan. I can avoid the crap now. So now what I like to do is sit not on the edge but closer to the left hand side, because of the same overtaking reason. People tend to pop their nose out pretty regularly from the other traffic, often into this lane, and when you're on the outside of a corner like this, you can sort of see what's coming a bit earlier. Alrighty everybody, this is Bungendore. A lot of commuters to Canberra from here. It's on the edge of Lake George, which is over in that direction. So the highway to Sydney goes on the other side of Lake George, and this takes us to the, I guess, southern end and heads off down to the coast, or via Braidwood. Oh, slow it down there, people. Oh, we're doing 40. Wow. I am a law-abiding citizen. I always hit the brakes when I see a police car, because I freak out. I don't know why. I think it's just one of those built-in fears that you're speeding. Somebody else out for a cruise. Nice nod, mate. Thank you very much. It's one of the first things that people notice about being on a motorbike is the nods and waves you get from other motorbikes. There's a bit of a gaggle here. Looks like a popular spot to come out for a coffee on the weekend. Hey fellas, got a fucking... Come on mate. At least he's using his indicator now. Yes, I'm going to park in the driveway. Good idea, buddy. Really are cafe racers these days. Every bike's a cafe racer when you think about it, because most people use them just to go out for a coffee, which is fine, particularly if there's a good road to do it on, and if you get out of the city onto the roads that this place has got to offer, it's certainly worthwhile. Testing a new microphone today. The other one I had ran a battery. It was a Audio Technica with about a 400 meter cord and a battery and an on-off switch. So being human, I never activated the off part of the switch, so I always ran out of batteries. So this is a, I think, $7.95 microphone off eTube Bay. Cool. And it's excellent. Well, it was excellent around town the other day. I haven't tested it on the highway. Because my cheeks pressed together, I talk in my high-pitched voice anyway, so that's not a bad thing for this microphone. if you want to get to Braidwood and you want to go a really interesting way, a lot more tight turns, you can go from Bungendore to Tarago, and then from Tarago the crossroad, if you turn right at the pub, takes you back up to the road or the highway before Braidwood. It's a magic ride, just through the countryside, lots of sheep, cows, things to look at if you're interested in that sort of thing. And just beautiful countryside. Been really lucky this year because summer's only happened in the last 2 weeks, so it's been really green, which is really different for Canberra because at this time of year generally there's no grass. But there's a wombat, hello wombat. They paint them orange, or they put crosses on them. I would have thought it'd be just as easy to have a guy with a ute instead of a guy with a can of spray paint. But I think they marked them for whatever reason. And the car was fucked up. I pity anyone who breaks down and doesn't get their car towed straight away, because guaranteed you get a carload of dickheads who decide it's a really cool idea to smash all the windows. Yeah, so the wombat guys and the kangaroo painting guys, yeah, I don't know, is it just me, or would there be some logic in picking them up instead of just spraying them? Then you could spray them when you get back to the pit or wherever you take them. Just saying. I find on a motorbike, when you're doing highway speeds, a dead carcass smell is about 1.5 breaths. So you're driving along, you don't necessarily see it, you're riding along and all you smell is this carcass, and you stop your breath because it smells horrible. If you leave it for another breath after that, and then it's generally gone. Yeah, you certainly know in the middle of summer that they're there. The sneaky ones are the ones that are in the grass, and you don't see them, and so you're breathing away as you do, taking advantage of this beautiful country air, and then you get a whiff of that. I just went through one of those really warm patches, and unlike in a swimming pool when you go through a warm patch and you're worried that you just swum through someone's urine, it's actually quite pleasant. It's like a big cuddle from nature. That was awkward. I went the full wave. I don't often go the full wave. I was just feeling in a good mood, and I think I got a, I don't know if I actually got a response. I'll have to check the video later, but I might not have. That's awkward. What I noticed is you don't get nods from certain types of motorcycles. Generally with the same heritage as this one, they come out of the Harley-Davidson factory, and they're generally the blokes that don't give you a nod. I don't know why. I really don't quite get it. Can anybody answer that question? But I reckon out of 400 attempts, I've probably gotten one response. Pretty